Good morning. It is 5:50 a.m. on Thursday, September 26th, 2019. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. As you can see, I have returned home. Thankfully, the car did survive all the way back home just fine. It is now currently in the shop where it awaits a new AC compressor. Which, one of those things, it achieved the amazing accomplishment of getting us safely home, and the reward is spending a lot of money on fixing it. But, that's how these things go. I'm up a little bit earlier than usual because I have to be in at work a little bit early, but also I have to get there without my car. So planning a little bit of extra time for that. It's going to be probably the next approximately a week is my guess. I'm going to be pretty busy at work. We've got a critical period of activity here, and it was actually not super convenient that it ended up lining up with my vacation. And so there's a small part of me that was almost just thinking, well, if my vacation had been a little later, I would have missed all of that. But that's silly, of course. So it just means I have important work to do, and I'm going to have to be paying attention to make sure that all of my other normal activities, which ones I do or do not have to cancel. Some of that I'll know better, after today when I've been in there, because right now I'm only going by, what's what was sent to me in email when they knew I was on vacation. So we'll see how that goes. But Survivor's back. We had the first premiere episode of Survivor Island of the Idols last night, and I thought it was an interesting opener. So Mike and I are tentatively planning to be recording our first talking about Survivor of the season for that later tonight. So if you're interested, you can watch us stream that. But in the meantime, mostly I'm, going to try to get back into the swing of things. I took lots of pictures on the trip, but I was just not yesterday feeling quite in the mood for sorting through them and figuring out where to post them and all that. Oh, Air Garden turned on behind me. So rest assured that I will go through those pictures and post them. I've got some very nice ones, and I just have to kind of do the effort of sorting through, the places where it's like I took 5 pictures in a row watching for something specific, and then it didn't happen. So there's basically 5 pictures of a generic landscape where the inside info is that I was waiting for something to happen and it didn't. And so probably those 5 pictures don't need to be posted. So stuff like that, getting, them filtered down. That's the idea. But yeah, my voice is a little rough this morning. But yeah, it was a good trip. And then we made it home safe. I got my mom sent off to the airport, and I assume she made it home. I know she boarded safe, and it was going to be late when she landed. So I didn't actually get confirmation or anything, but I'm sure it's fine. And so, I'm just kind of getting back into the swing of things. Part of what I spent my time on last night after having time for myself again was that I had a voice acting project that I feel like I should, maybe I'm going to do discretion is the better part of valor. I'm going to not say what it is, but it's a podcast thing, but it's long, And so it's just a lot of audio editing, and it's been a little while since I had to do a lot of that. And um, it's definitely one of those activities that I have decidedly mixed feelings about, because on the one hand, it is very time consuming and frequently pretty tedious. But just the measure of control you have on it is really pretty cool. And just when you take, the raw audio where you're describing, you're saying a sentence, but then you kind of stumble over the words, and then you repeat the second half of the sentence, and then you cough, and then you actually decide to start the sentence all over again. But then you end up with a final take that is like the first three words of the first take, the first word of the second take, and then the rest of the sentence from the third take, and it sounds seamless. That feels pretty cool. So in any event, I've got more of that to do because of this long project, but that's how it goes. So I do have to go ahead and take a shower and get ready for work. So I'm going to talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.